Welcome back to Rajini Kiranmai YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to talk about e-commerce and web designing unit 3. And moving to the contents of unit 3 or introduction to markup language, and in this unit we are going to know the basic terms of HTML, XML and DHTML, and in when you move forward we know detailed about HTML basic and what is the structure of a HTML document, and then we know about a body tag attributes, heading tags, semantic and syntactic tags, anchor tag, font tag, image tag and its attributes. Now let us move to know about what is HTML. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and this language uses tags to define web page layouts. Not only just web page layouts, it also uses the tags to define the elements within the web page, and it is specifically meant to format the text. And HTML is also called as an internet language as it is going to help in creating the websites. And every HTML programs are interpreted, and the interpreter that we are going to use for the HTML is nothing but a browser. Initially, the HTML has been designed to create a static web pages. But HTML, with the help of other languages like JavaScript, Active Server Page, Java Server Pages, it provides all the features to create a dynamic web pages and interactive forms. So the last point is simple HTML can develop static web pages, but when it is going to use other languages like JavaScript, ASP and JSP, then it can create dynamic web pages and also interactive forms. Now coming to the history of HTML, it was developed in the year 1993 by Tim Berners-Lee, and that is the reason why the Tim Berners-Lee is termed as a father of internet. And this HTML is an application of SGML, where it stands for Standardized General Markup Language. And the HTML standards are created by a group of interested organization and individuals, where we are going to call that group as World Wide Web Consortium or W3C. The latest version that we are going to use currently for HTML is HTML5. So in one word, we can say that HTML focuses on how data looks. Now we move to HTML limitations. As we said, initially the HTML was created in order to develop static web pages, and hence we call this language as a static language. And we can say HTML cannot produce a dynamic output alone. Second limitation is HTML supports only English language. And because of this, if say suppose if you wanted to build web pages in other languages, it has to support other language characters set, but HTML can support only English language. This is also one of the limitation of HTML. And many types of contents like mathematics, science, engineering notations cannot be expressed in this conventional alphabets of English. And now we move to XML, where XML stands for Extensible Markup Language, and this is just like a grammar for creating other markup languages. And one of the beautiful advantage of XML is we can create our own tags, where these own tags are going to meet the user needs. So in one word, we can say XML focuses on what data is and also provides a framework. Now in this slide, we presented one example of XML. So every XML program contains the version, specification and encoding, that is UTF-8, where this UTF is going to specify Unicode transformation format, and the number 8 is going to represent the bits block. And in this program you see different tags like note and to tag, from tag, heading tag, body tag, and every tag is closed with their closing tag. So here, when you look at this XML, it is quite self-descriptive with all the contents like a sender information, receiver information, and there is a heading, and of course there is a message body also. So we can say that XML above does not do anything. It's just an information wrapped in tags. But someone must write a piece of software to send, receive, store, and display it. So the output what we have written in XML output is presented over here, saying that there is a note, and this note is given to Ali, and this note is returned by Uday, and this note contains a reminder where the body of that reminder is don't forget me this weekend. So this is all about an XML. Now let us move what is DHTML. DHTML stands for dynamic HTML, and it is totally different from HTML because DHTML is based on the properties of four contents, that is HTML, JavaScript, CSS, that is cascading style sheets, and fourth element or fourth property is DOM, that is document object model. So these properties are used to access individual elements of the document, which helps in making the dynamic content. And we can also say that these four properties are nothing but the four components of DHTML. So as we have presented what is HTML, it is nothing but the client-side markup language, which is the core component of DHTML, and it is specifically used to define the structure of the web page with various defined basic elements or tags. And the second component is CSS. As I said earlier, CSS stands for cascading style sheet, which allows the web user or developer for controlling the styles and layouts of the HTML elements that we are going to keep in a web page. Third component is a JavaScript. It is a scripting language which is done on the client side, and various browsers support this JavaScript technology, and DHTML uses this technology for accessing, controlling, and manipulating the HTML elements. The statements in JavaScript are the commands which tell the browser for performing a specific action. Now let us move to the fourth component of DHTML, that is DOM. It is a document object model. It is a W3 standard, which is a standard interface of programming for HTML. It is mainly used for defining the objects and defining the properties of all elements in HTML. So in this video, we have known about what is HTML, XML, and DHTML. Thank you for watching this video.